Truth is, I have always felt second rate. No matter what I achieved in my life, that gnawing feeling that I was just second rate never left me, colored everything I did. Well, all except for my children. They are first rate, smart, precious, and loving of all things me. I know what they say. Jane Mansfield, what a joke. A second-rate Marilyn. That other blonde, all tits and no brains. The silly walk, the alleged 163 IQ. So desperate for attention she'll show up at a letter opening. The violin playing that makes Jack Benny seem like Isaac Stern. The cheesy photos. The dress strap breaking and my breasts being exposed. Shall we continue? I am still trying to figure out how I got here. I mean, where am I? I remember growing up in Pennsylvania. A perfectly normal childhood. What happened? One day, I was the toast of Las Vegas, earning 100 grand a week, and the next day, I am working a dive in Louisiana, telling off-color jokes and sitting of the laps of dirty old men. How did I turn into this grotesque creature? Oh, and trust me, I know it's grotesque. Every time I look in the mirror and I see her, I get repulsed. There isn't one angle of me that is not overplucked, overdyed, overstuffed, over the top. What I wanted out of life, what I felt I could achieve, and what actually took place is so removed from the dreams that little girl dared to dream. God knows I worked hard. I achieved notoriety. I was paid loads of money for showing up, cooing like little naughty nymphette and flashing my tits. I then proceeded to throw it all away. A lifetime of cash for most people pissed away buying into a lifestyle which was faux. Faux rugs, faux gilt furniture, faux works of art, faux friends, and worst of all, faux lovers. I just didn't know any better. People came to my pink palace to gawk and laugh at me, not to admire what I had achieved. The grander I became, the greater the laughter grew. I never figured out how to stop the laughing. I was going to show them all. I would be the biggest, most famous, most desired actress of my generation. First mistake. Never believe your press. You would think that as most insecure people, I would have been obsessive about guarding my privacy. Keep them out. Keep them guessing about your roots. What they don't know, they cannot use against you. Never let them know you were a hopelessly working-class girl from a working-class background. I went the opposite route. I let them all in. I lived my life first on the pages of weekly penny savers at the local supermarket, then on the covers of cheap girly magazines, and eventually on the front pages of the world's papers. I thought I had them all fooled. Pity the dumb blonde, for she knew not what she doseth. Guess what? There is no escaping who you are. No matter how hard you try, they will never let you forget it. Worst of all, you will never allow yourself to forget it. I was a product of the 50s. Look, but don't touch. Sexual honesty was my death knell. The minute they took the sin out of sex, my career died. The pill, Cosmopolitan magazine, and that prissy, anal retentive, chinless, titless bitch Helen Gurley Brown in Sex and the Single Girl contributed to the death of Jane Mansfield. Look, I know I am not popular with this new women's movement. I have heard of Betty Friedan and her feminine mystique. Shocked? Please don't buy into that big tits, tiny brain model. That is not me. I am well stacked and well read. By the way, have you gotten a load of that broad? Not much mystique going on there. Woof. Have you seen the leaders of this national organization for women? They all look like a bunch of post-menopausal women. I say, doctors, don't be stingy with the estrogen. Oh, come on, don't go getting all over me. I get it. wanting to bring equality to women, to bring them into the mainstream of American society in full partnership with men. Well, what the hell do you think I have been doing my entire life? I strapped my baby Jane Marie to my chest and attended college. I put as much energy into my career as I did into my family. I was a working mother, and working mothers were bad, selfish, self-involved, and narcissistic. It was tough on me and on my firstborn, but I took her everywhere with me. I was been born with this body, a body that could stop men in their tracks. I used it and allowed others to use it too. I was driven as much as any man could be driven. When I first got to Hollywood, they'd say, "Baby, relax, smile, and let us do the talking." I said, "Fuck you" to them. Baby is in control here, not you. They didn't want to hear that. They mocked me. I was desirable to them, but they also found me disgusting. They lusted after me, but I also repulsed them. It all became about my big tits and my bleach blonde hair. I created the ultimate parody of the dumb blonde, but they didn't get it. Eventually, the joke got turned on me. Somehow, Marilyn was able to turn it around for herself. In the past 5 years since she left us, I've seen how she is being reevaluated by the press. Less the victim and more of a recognized artist. I hope that happens for me someday. I hope to get that recognition. What ticks me off is that Marilyn got away with everything she did, and I got crucified. She was seen as soft, frail, broken. I was seen as Teutonic and invincible. Whatever they flung at me, I could take. She did a nude scene and got the cover of Life magazine. I was the first major star to do a Playboy spread, and I got ridiculed. It should have been me on that cover of Life magazine. I always heard that Marilyn said disparaging things about me, but I never chose to believe them. All I know is that we were more alike than not. We each had what the other desired. I wanted her fame, her notoriety, her ability to work on the roles she wanted to act. I had the children she craved and could never have. Yet, scratch us both, and we are the same woman underneath. We both will live on. She will be remembered through her work, and I will live on through a few of my movies, but mostly through my children. I have great hopes for them. Why? Because I believe in them, and in life you so need people who believe in you. So, cut me a break. I was a woman in the 50s, trying to play the Hollywood game by my own rules. I did the best I could. That is all you can ask of anyone. I certainly paid the price for going it alone. One last thing. Don't forget that in this country, the minute you stick your head too high above the crowd, especially if you are a woman, you gotta be ready to have it chopped off.